Hey, English learners, welcome back to Spark and Speak, your favorite place to learn real English, the kind of English you actually use in real life. This is the place where we talk like real people, share real stories, and help you feel comfortable and confident in English. And today, today is different. Today we are not talking about grammar. We are not talking about tenses. Today we are talking about something much bigger, something that decides whether all your English lessons actually work or whether they just sit quietly in your notebook and do nothing. I am talking about the moment you decide to change, the moment you stop waiting to be perfect and start actually speaking. Because here is the truth. Most people do not have an English problem. They have a courage problem. And by the end of this video, I want you to feel that shift inside you. So stay with me, my friend. This one might just change how you see your whole English journey. Let me tell you something interesting. Researchers who study language learners found something surprising. More than half of English learners, over 55%, admit they avoid conversations. Not because they do not know the words, not because their grammar is wrong. They avoid conversations simply because they are scared of making a mistake. Read that again. 55%. That means if you are sitting there thinking, I am the only one who freezes when someone asks me a question in English, you are wrong. You have a lot of company. Picture this. You are at the supermarket in your city somewhere in Europe. The cashier asks you a simple question, maybe about a discount card, maybe about a bag, and suddenly your brain goes empty. You know the words, you have used them before, but right now, standing there, nothing comes out. You just smile, nod, and walk away feeling small. Sound familiar? I know it does. Because almost every single English learner I have ever talked to has a story exactly like this one. Here is the surprising fact I promised you. Researchers who study public speaking found that nearly 90% of people feel shy or uncomfortable speaking in front of others at some point in their life. 90%. This is not just an English learner problem. This is a human problem. Even people speaking their own native language feel this fear. So, today, we're not going to learn a new tense. We're not going to learn 10 new words. Today, we are going to talk about the real reason you feel stuck and how you can start changing that today, right now, while you listen to this. Point 1. The problem is not your English, it is your fear of mistakes. Let's start here, because this is the point that changes everything. Most learners think, if my English gets better, then I will feel confident. But it is actually the other way around. Confidence comes first. Then your English gets better, because you are actually using it. Remember that number I told you? More than 55% of learners avoid speaking simply because they are scared of a mistake. Not because they lack knowledge, they are scared of the reaction. Scared someone will laugh. Scared someone will correct them in the middle of a sentence. Scared they will feel stupid in front of other people. Here is a real scenario. Imagine you are at work in Germany, or in Poland, or in Spain. Your colleague asks you something in English during a meeting. You know the answer. You have known it since you learned English years ago. But your heart starts beating fast. Your mind goes blank. And you say something short and safe instead of what you actually wanted to say. That was not an English problem. That was a fear problem. Point 2. Your brain treats a mistake in English like real danger. Okay, so now that you know fear is the real block, let me tell you something even more interesting. Why does this fear feel so real? Why does your heart actually race? Here is the surprising fact. Your brain does not really know the difference between a scary tiger and an embarrassing mistake in English. When you feel nervous before speaking, your brain sends out stress signals, the same kind of signals it would send if you were in real danger. That is why your hands get sweaty. That is why your mind goes blank at the worst possible moment. This happens to everyone. Even advanced speakers, people who have studied English for 10 years or more, still freeze sometimes in a video call or in a room full of people. It is not weakness, it is biology. Here is a real-life scenario for you. You are at the doctor's office. You want to explain your symptoms clearly. But suddenly, in that small room, your brain feels like you are being tested. Your throat gets tight. Simple words disappear. This is not because your English is bad. It is because your brain is reacting like it is facing a threat, when really it is just a conversation. Once you understand this, something powerful happens. You stop blaming yourself. You realize this reaction is normal. And once you know it is normal, you can start working with it instead of against it. Point 3. Courage before perfection. Now we get to the heart of today's lesson. Here is something I want you to remember forever. Perfect English is not the goal. Brave English is the goal. Think about it this way. A tourist walks into a small cafe in Italy. They do not speak perfect Italian. Maybe they mix up a word. Maybe their accent is strong. But they smile, they try, and the cafe owner appreciates the effort every single time. Nobody remembers the small mistake. Everybody remembers the courage. This is exactly the same for you and English. The people you talk to, your neighbors, your co-workers, the cashier at the supermarket, they are not grading your grammar. They just want to understand you and connect with you. Here is a real scenario. You are at a parent meeting at your child's school in Europe. You want to ask the teacher a question. Your grammar might not be perfect. Maybe you will use the wrong tense. But if you ask that question with courage, the teacher understands you. The moment passes, and you feel proud, not embarrassed. That feeling, that small moment of courage, is worth more than 100 grammar lessons. Point 4. Small daily action changes your whole life. Here is a truth that surprises a lot of people. You do not need to speak perfectly for one big moment. You need to speak a little bit every single day. Language learning is not like a light switch that suddenly turns on. It is more like a muscle, and muscles only grow with small, repeated practice, not with one huge effort once a year. Here is a real-life scenario. Imagine 2 learners. Learner 1 studies grammar books for 3 hours every Sunday and never speaks during the week. Learner 2 speaks just 5 minutes a day, maybe talking to themselves in the mirror, maybe recording a short voice message, maybe ordering coffee in English instead of switching to their own language. After 1 year, who do you think feels more confident? It is always learner 2, because their brain gets used to speaking a little bit every day. The fear response we talked about earlier becomes smaller and smaller each time, because the brain learns that speaking English is safe, not dangerous. This is exactly why today's topic is called "It is time to change your life." Because the change does not happen in one dramatic moment. It happens in the small decision you make today, right after this video ends, to speak just a little bit more than you did yesterday. Point 5. The decision that changes everything. We have talked about fear. We have talked about your brain. We have talked about your brain. We have talked about courage over perfection. We have talked about small daily practice. But none of it works without one final thing: a decision. Somewhere, right now, there is a version of you who keeps waiting. Waiting to feel ready. Waiting to know more words. Waiting for the fear to disappear completely before speaking. My friend, that day never comes on its own. You have to choose it. Here is a real scenario, and this one might be exactly your story. You have been learning English for months, maybe years. You have watched videos, done exercises, learned rules. But somewhere along the way, you kept your English locked inside your head, too scared to let it out into the real world. Today, right now, listening to this is the moment you can decide differently. Not perfect English, not fearless English, just braver English than yesterday. That is what changing your life actually means, not some big dramatic moment. Just one small brave choice repeated every day. Okay, my friend, let's bring it all together. We learned that your real block is not your English level. It is your fear of making mistakes, and more than half of learners feel exactly the same way you do. We learned that your brain treats an English mistake like danger, which is why your heart races and your mind goes blank, and that this happens to almost everyone, even advanced speakers. We learned that courage matters more than perfection, just like that tourist in the small cafe who gets remembered for trying, not for a grammar mistake. We learned that small daily practice beats one big effort because your brain needs repeated safe experiences with English, not one huge push once a year. And we learned that all of this comes down to one decision, not a perfect decision, just a brave one. Remember that number from the beginning. Nearly 90% of people feel nervous speaking in front of others. That means you are not broken. You are simply human. And now you also have the tools to move forward anyway. I'm so proud of you for staying with me through this one. This was not a grammar lesson. This was something deeper. And I hope you feel that shift I promised you at the beginning. Tell me in the comments, what is one small, brave thing you can do in English today? Maybe ordering your coffee in English. Maybe answering one question at work without switching to your own language. I want to hear it. Write it down in the comments right now before you close this video. And if this video helped you feel even a little bit more confident, please subscribe to Spark and Speak. We do this every single day, real English, real stories, real growth, and I would love to have you with me on this journey. Next time, we are going to talk about something that will completely change the way you start conversations with strangers in English. That awkward first moment, the one everybody struggles with, we are going to fix it together. You do not want to miss that one. Until then, keep being brave. I will see you in the next video.